he's taking a chance if he drafts a brand new quarterback, okay? Because he is on the hot seat.
Okay? But he's taking a chance if he rolls Sam Darnold out.
Emotional, damn it!
All right, boys. Welcome back to One for the Dirty Boys podcast, talking with the Dirty Boys with Chris and KP. We're going to go over the mock draft 1.0 today. So I guess, Chris, you're going to give us the details or what?
Yeah, pretty much we're going to do a round robin, live action, non-scripted. None of us know who each other's picking. I'm going to have Kelvin lead it off with the first pick. I'll do the second. Ryan will do the third. And then we'll loop it back around. And, we're just going to come up with a collective mock draft on the fly, like we in the war room, and see what we come up with.
All right.
So,
assuming you boys did your homework.
Yeah, I did my homework, extensive homework.
Yeah,
was in the war room for 2 days. Only planned on being in it for one, but it ended up being two. So,
all right.
Just let me know.
You are the clock.
All right, so I'm on the clock with the first pick. The first pick of the draft belongs to Jacksonville Jaguars. And if I'm thinking like Jacksonville right now, from the notes that I did, I had to look and see their history and their GM. And I also had to take in consideration the big splash moves that they made this offseason with the big signings and things like that. Trent Baalke, from what I've heard from other Jag fans, a horrible GM. They've made a lot of questionable organization decisions. They have a lot of structural issues and no identity. So with that being said, I think at one, this may surprise some people, but I think they go with the sexy pick. And I have Jacksonville taking Kayvon Thibodeau with the first pick in the NFL draft.
That's already messed me up, dude.
The same.
I said,
Kelvin out here shaking it up off rips.
Like I said, when I think of Jacksonville, and just like I said, they have a lot of structural issues. They don't have an identity, and the way with the organization's been ran, I just think that they go with this. At first I had Aiden Hutchinson here, but I think that they go with the more flashy, sexy pick first overall, and I think that Kayvon Thibodeau fits their organization perfectly.
All right, we on the clock with Detroit, and I know this pick is up for sale. They've mentioned that it's up for sale, and I had probably a trade going down here, but since Kelvin allowed the Michigan man to fall into my lap at Detroit, I think they hang up on all callers, and I got Detroit taking Aiden Hutchinson and keeping him right in Michigan where he's at, defensive end.
All right. So who would you predict maybe trade up to this number 2 spot?
I was gonna have if Aiden Hutchinson went 1, I was gonna have Carolina trading up to number 2 and going and getting Malik Willis.
That high? Wow.
Yeah.
No way, man. All right. So it's me, right?
Yeah. On the clock, Houston.
All right. So the Houston Texans. Okay. So you guys already kind of messed up my order here. Yeah. So Houston. Okay. So check this out. They're in need of a bunch of stuff.
Everything.
Pretty much everything. They've lost like 4 or 5 linebackers this offseason. They got rid of Justin Reed. And yeah, they're pretty much in need of everything. And I think Lovie Smith, since he was the defensive coordinator last year, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. However, when you're picking this high, if you're in need of everything, it's pretty much, I think it'd be a no-brainer just to pick the next best person on the board. I'm going to go with Trayvon Walker, man. Edge out of UGA.
Giants fans thinking right now.
Is that I don't know, man. It might be a little bit of a reach, but I mean, I think he is probably the number. I guess he's definitely not number one. I guess he's the next best edge rusher they got.
I'm laughing in my head right now because me and Kelvin had a conversation with somebody today about how defense doesn't matter, and we got 3 defensive ends.
I know, man. I know.
I literally had in my notes for the Texan team needs a lot. I literally wrote that in my notes.
Except for left tackle.
Yeah.
Wow, man. This like I'm not even like a fan of these teams that I'm picking for, but this is stressful, bro. I can only imagine how the war rooms in real leagues like
your whole job.
Yeah, man. Because
I'm having to add players back to the board right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of scribbling.
It's okay.
Right. So I'm back on the board again.
Number 4,
New York Jets.
All right. Number 4, the New York Jets on the clock. This team, they need a lot as well. But as far as my notes, I have, of course, they were ranked 32nd in defense. So they definitely need an impact player. And traditionally, you would say that the player I have them taken here at 4, it would be too high of a pick. But for them, like I said, when you're ranked 32nd in defense, I mean, you need anything to bolster that defense. They picked up some stuff this offseason. But with this 4th pick, I have the Jets selecting Notre Dame's Kyle Hamilton.
Wow.
So the notes I have on him, of course, he's super rangy, can play in the box, and can potentially be the best player in the draft. So I think here at 4, the Jets and solid goes and get their guy, Kyle Hamilton, and hope that he can booster that defense that was ranked 32nd in the league.
Okay. I can see that. That's different from what I thought you were going to go, but no, that's a good pick.
All right. It puts me on the clock with the New York Football Giants. Another team that definitely needs some defensive work. And I know they're looking to add an edge rusher, but the guy that I had my sights set on, somebody leapfrogged me and got him. So I know that Bradbury is on the trade block. They're hurting that corner. I think I got to give them the cornerback out of LSU, Derek Stingley Jr.
Wow.
Somebody that's had to guard Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in practice. Battle tested coming into the NFL. And I know a fan favorite of some of these Giants fans that I know.
So number 6, the Carolina Panthers, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this kind of goes back to kind of what I said our last meeting or whatever, our last podcast. So I said that Matt Rule, I think he's taking a chance if he drafts a brand new quarterback, okay? Because he is on the hot seat.
Okay. But he's taking a chance if he rolls Sam Darnold up.
By the way, oh my God, did y'all get a chance to see the league meeting with the coaches?
I haven't seen Kyle Brandt elaborate.
I've seen individuals, but
oh my God, I'm gonna have to pop up his picture, man.
I see Matt Rule.
Oh my God, dude, he looks like
stressed.
I'll just let the picture speak for itself. The biggest needs for Carolina, I got left tackle, quarterback, and linebacker. All right. We're drafting number 6 on the board. All right. I'm just gonna take a gamble here. I'm gonna go with the tackle at an NC State, Akeem. Yeah. Goes to Carolina Panthers at number 6.
It fits their team well. He's probably the highest graded run blocking tackle that they got there, and you got Christian McCaffrey back there. So,
Yeah, that's what I had in my notes for him. I had him for another team, but put help in the run, play action. So
solid pick. Kelvin back on the
I'm
clock.
back on. It's so crazy. The picks roll around so quick.
Yeah,
I know.
So, all right. So now I got to fall on my G-men. And it looks like Chris took Stingley at number 5. So what this does is, and Iquanu just came off the board. So now what this does is, for me, I'm still a happy camper because with my 7th pick, I have the New York Giants selecting Alabama's Evan Neal.
Ooh.
The notes I have on him is he's 6'7", monster, beast in pass protection, and he has the potential to be a top 5 tackle in the league. So I think this is a home run pick. Like I said, we have filled another slot on our offensive line with a player that could be there for years to come. And whoever the future quarterback may be, he comes into New York with a loaded offensive line ready to go.
All right, we got Atlanta Falcons on the clock. You know, they passed on a quarterback-heavy draft last year, if you will. They lost Matt Ryan. They brought in Marcus Mariota, kicked the tires on him. I don't think they can afford to pass up quarterback again with the opportunity. And I'm going to go with the big arm, Malik Willis.
Ooh.
Going to Atlanta.
The first quarterback taken.
We were on cue for that one, Chris.
Yeah. I've seen it falling. I'm eyeballing it.
All right.
I thought about maybe a Pittsburgh trade there.
Pittsburgh trading up to grab Malik.
That was a long way to go from 20, though.
All right. So the 12th man coming in at number 9. Seattle Seahawks. So
I know somebody that is on the board right now that got Pete Carroll grinning ear to ear.
All right. So we all know Russell Wilson left to Denver. I got the biggest team needs for Seattle's quarterback, edge, offense tackle, D lineman, or corner. They lost Bobby Wagner in the free agency. I'm really surprised that a quarterback went in the top 10. And I don't think any of the other quarterbacks are worth this high in the draft. So because they lost their stud at linebacker, I'm going to go with Devin Lloyd.
Ooh. Wow.
Devin Lloyd flies up the board.
The GM in New York right now, KP, might be doing backflips here.
I think I might have whiffed on that one, but it's okay. We'll stick with it.
Good player. No doubt about it. Look at everybody adjusting.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like I'm like
There's a player falling down the draft board.
I
Right
know.
now.
That's I think who I was alluding to.
And the other New York team back on the board again, New York Jets. The Jets right here, I had them taking Kyle Hamilton with their fourth pick. I think they continue this trend on defense just because of the head coach that they have. I think that they're still going to try to make some splash moves, either trade for another offensive weapon. So here I have at number 10, I have the Jets going Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State.
ooh.
This guy is a sack machine, run very well, and they'll have somebody opposite side of Carl Lawson, and I think that'll work very well for them. So with the 10th pick, I have them going Jermaine Johnson.
Now who I thought you were going with there. I thought Sauce was coming off the board.
Nah, they took I had them taking that DB at the 4th pick. So I wanted to go ahead.
That was a safety.
Yeah, I know, but still he's a DB. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to double dip there that early in the draft. I felt like Salah's going to try to find his Bosa, and I think Jermaine Johnson has that high potential to possibly be that guy for him in New York.
That puts me on the clock at number 11 with Washington.
Washington who?
For me, it's the Redskins. There'll always be a Redskins. I'm not ever calling them the Commanders. I might stick with football team.
You should have seen Chris' face. It like popped up. Like, what do you mean? Well, who Washington? Who?
What's funny is the needs that I have is it was quarterback till they got Carson Wentz, linebacker, safety, but I think they go get a weapon for Carson here, and I think it's going to be Ohio State's Garrett Wilson.
Ooh.
First wide receiver. Okay.
We have somebody flying down the board right now.
Yeah. He probably won't drop this far either.
No. But at this point, where are we at? 12? At this point, if Sauce is falling to 12,
no, I have him coming.
F them picks, Cincinnati. Go keep them home.
I think between the next 5 picks, he'll be off the board.
I see 2 right now. Probably thinking about trading up at this point.
Yeah.
We are with Minnesota Vikings. Come to think of it, Garrett Wilson and McLaurin would be a bad combo.
Nice little tandem there for Carson to play with.
Scary Terry.
All right. So, to the Vikings, biggest needs. Corner, linebacker, D lineman. Wide receiver. Quarterback.
Wide receiver.
No, quarterback. I can't even write.
The Kirk Cousins fans ain't gonna like you saying that.
All right, so I think, because he's fallen this far. I don't think he falls this far in the draft. But I'm gonna go with Ahmad Sauce Gardner, corner. Wait, yeah, corner.
I like that.
I could tell you right now, if Mike Zimmer didn't get fired and he was still the head coach, he would have ran that ticket up. Mike Zimmer loves him some corners.
Yeah. And they've struggled. I mean, since they had that deep playoff run with Xavier Rhodes, I mean, they need to find a guy. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that pick. I like that.
Y'all
Pick.
talking about was sliding down the board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have him going past Seattle.
Yeah,
So,
I think I kind of whiffed on that one, but
well, I think that you could have switched out either Sauce and Stingley for either of these ones.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now I'm back on the board with the pick at 13, and the Houston Texans are back on the clock again. And I think that right here, I just realized that that pick earlier kind of changed things for me. Okay. All right. All right. So right here at number 13, I think that the Texans, they have a quarterback in Davis Mills that I guess the organization has some belief in. And I think the best thing you could do for a young quarterback is get him an offensive lineman. Or if there's not an offensive lineman that you see true value in right here, you could also go and grab him a nice weapon. So what I think they do here is because the lineman that they were eyeing early in the first round was taken off the board. I think they go and get Chris Olave to be one of Davis Mills' new toys to play with. What can I say about this guy? He is a route technician. It's great after the catch. Has great field awareness. You just find a way to get the ball in this guy's hand, and he's going to be an absolute problem. So right here, I have the Texans going with Ohio State's own Chris Olave.
I ain't mad at it. Ooh. I hate making this pick. The dreaded Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
This is really tough for me because they lost. The hell was his name? The center that Cincinnati was looking at. I can't think of his name off the top of my Bradley Bozeman. They lost the center. Interior line hurting a little bit. I think they definitely need some help on the defensive line, especially on the interior, losing Calais Campbell.
Chris ready to me right here.
In Jordan Davis right here. And I think they probably would pull the trigger on that. But I think Lamar is still the most valuable asset they have. And they want to run the ball, and they want to give him them running lanes. And I think they replace Bradley Bozeman with the center out of Iowa, Tyler Linderbaum.
Nice pick, Chris. Nice pick.
I heard that he could probably slide over to guard.
He could play guard. He could play guard, but in this situation, I think he's plug and play day one at center. Damn, I was hoping he would fall to me.
You could have twisted it that way.
Got to stay true to the board.
All right, so what could have potentially been Miami's pick if they hadn't traded down and then up last year? Philadelphia Eagles coming at 15. I got their biggest team needs. Corner, linebacker, receiver, edge. They lost Alex Singleton, their tackling machine, to Denver. They lost
he had a good year.
Linebacker to the Eagles.
He won me a week or two when I had to fill in there a linebacker on fantasy.
All right. Let's go with – we'll go with the corner here. This is probably a reach, too. I'm going to go with Trent McDuffie, corner out
Wow.
of
Wow.
Trent McDuffie there. Okay.
Plays faster than he runs at the 40.
All right. So the Eagles are back on the board again with pick number 16. Two players that they were eyeing already taken off the board. So now one guy that they had at the top of their board is still sitting there. So they're still quite excited right now. So at pick 16, I think you go ahead and try to get Jalen Hurts, another weapon, and also try to get somebody opposite of Smith. So with number 16, I have the Eagles going Traylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas. What is there not to love about this guy? I mean, he's 6'3", great after the catch. He's a physical specimen, and he's going to be a red zone nightmare.
Yeah, I think they could have went either or. They could probably grab the receiver first and then go defense or vice versa.
I just know they go. One of those picks is going to be a receiver. I just know that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
All right.
So that puts me on the clock at 17 with another team that I will always call the San Diego Chargers. Another team that I hate picking for. Bolstered up the defense. Khalil Mack. J.C. Jackson. I think once again, Herbert got to protect him. And the one spot that they failed to do that last year, especially in that week 17 debacle against the Raiders where all they had to do was tie and they could go to the playoffs. They had Storm Johnson or whatever the hell his name was, right tackle. And I had a tackle in mind for them here, but I got to stay true to the board. Best player available at the same position. And I think they go down to Texas, College Station, and grab Charles Cross, fill in at right tackle.
That's about accurate.
Not bad, not bad.
All right. Charles Cross. All right, so that leaves me with the Saints. All right. Kind of similar situation here. Miami stole their star in Teron Armstead. So I think I'm going to stick along a similar route, and I'm going to go with Trevor Penning. Tackle out of Northern
Iowa. That's who I was going to give the Chargers there, with thinking Cross was going to be off the board.
My team is not happy about that pick that was sitting there. Now they wonder, should they trade it up to go ahead and grab their guy? So I'm on the clock now, and the Dirty Birds are back on the clock again. And
no trades yet.
No trades. The Dirty Birds are back on the clock again, and they had a Pacific linebacker in mind at pick 16. At pick 15. No, at 16 they weren't able to get, but they have another guy in mind. I think that they try to get somebody in the middle of that defense to bolster their linebacker room. And why not get a guy that flies around, played on a great SEC defense, and will fit in relatively well in Philadelphia. And I have them taking Nakobe Dean.
I think them fans are gonna love that guy.
The guy plays fast. And like I said, and that Eagles defense, I think he'll get out there and fly around. So I think this is a home run hit for them. Once again, an in-division foe that I'm hating seeing these picks right now, but I have to do it.
Helping out your NFC fellows.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I know.
I had to do the same for Baltimore. Now I'm looking and I'm back on the damn clock with Pittsburgh. What the hell's going on? What the hell? All right, so Pittsburgh's been sending the staffs out to the quarterback pro days, and I think they bring somebody in to give Mitch Trubisky some hell. And personally, a guy I would love to go to Pittsburgh because I don't believe in him. And I think they're gonna, just like I had Detroit keeping the Michigan man at home. I think Kenny Pickett drives right down that stinky old freeway there in Pittsburgh. And Kenny Pickett stays home.
Not bad.
All right, so we're down at pick number 21 with the Bill Belichick Patriots. All right. I really think this is a gimme here. I think with the loss of J.C. Jackson, they're definitely going to need to upgrade their secondary. So I think the New England Patriots at 21 go with none other than Andrew Booth Jr., corner out of Clemson. I think he definitely needs time to develop, but what better coach to go to? As much as I hate to give him credit.
You got no choice.
I definitely think they grab a corner.
I don't hate it.
Do I smell a Devontae Adams replacement?
Dude, if they don't, then
Trivia question.
What?
How many years has it been since they drafted a receiver in the first round?
What year did they draft Amari?
12.
What year did they draft Amari Rodgers? I mean, what round?
Devontae wasn't in the first.
What about Amari? Wasn't in the first?
No.
I don't think so. He was like second round, I think. First round?
I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. It's like right there, but I can't get it right now.
Did he do
how many years was it?
20 years.
Did he do pretty well?
If I could remember the name that's like right at the top of my mind right now, I'd be able to tell you how well he did. He wasn't Greg Jennings. He wasn't none of the names that you think about over the last 20 years. So that probably is your answer right there.
I was going to go with maybe Driver. Probably not.
20 years.
All right. That leaves me on the clock at pick number 22 with the Green Bay Packers. And I'm pretty sure everybody around the NFL and the fans included are intrigued on what I have the Packers doing here. And for the first time in 20 years, I have the Packers actually doing Aaron Rodgers a favor. And when I was going through my receivers and they were looking at their draft board, they have to replace a guy that had very high value. And there's only one guy coming out of college that can take on that type of load. And with the 22nd pick in the NFL draft, I have the Packers selecting Drake London.
Ooh.
The reason I have him taking this guy here is in all of his collegiate games, he had 10 plus targets a game. Like I said, he's a high volume guy, good catch percentage. And like I said, he's going to replace a high volume guy. So I think for the Packers, this pick makes sense for them. So yeah. Yeah. So
I ain't mad at it. Probably the highest player I had on my best player available for me right there at a position of need. All right, so moving on. The Arizona Cardinals. Interior offensive lineman, interior defensive lineman, cornerback. Another one where you have no choice but to protect the guy that you plan on paying a lot of money to, I think. Who knows? But I think I got a guy that can play two positions on the offensive line in the interior. And that's Zion Johnson out of Boston College.
Ooh.
Protecting Kyler Murray.
The Dallas Cowgirls.
Did they have a name change?
I think they're looking into it. Nah, Dallas Cowboys. Coming in. Jerry Jones. What does Jerry Jones do here?
Is he still done cussing out Randy Gregory? Oh.
It's funny you say that.
Good transition.
I really think Dan Quinn is going to want another energetic defensive player here. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to go with the Tasmanian Devil from Minnesota, Boye Mafe.
Not a bad pick. Senior Bowl standout.
All right. So now we have at pick number 25, the Buffalo Bills are on the clock. And I think the Bills have some flexibility at this pick. And I think that with the division that they're in and what they're trying to accomplish, and the way that Kansas City did them, even though Kansas City no longer has Tyreek Hill, I think they try to go ahead and add them a dog on that defense at the corner position. So with the 25th pick, I have the Buffalo Bills selecting. I think his first name is Kaiir Elam out of Florida.
Dun, dun, dun. I thought you was going to go grab Jamison Williams there.
Did Buffalo address the O-line this offseason?
No. It's not bad. I mean, they're losing
their
Darryl
offensive
Williams.
line isn't bad. They're very well. They're good at picking up offense. So they've been great at picking up offensive linemen later in the draft.
I know Darryl Williams is still a free agent, and I believe the Giants got my boy Feliciano from the Canes.
Yeah,
to start for them.
That's one of the upsides we're looking at it in New York is their regime was very good at picking up offensive linemen later on in drafts. So finding value.
All right, another foe for me. Tennessee Titans, who the Cincinnati Bengals got up out of the playoffs. Man, this is a tough one for me. But I believe one of their needs here is the interior offensive line and a team that loves to run the ball down your throat. And I think that they go out and get Kenyon Green.
I had them going another direction there, but this one's not bad either.
I thought I was going to take receiver for him too.
Yeah.
But I feel like staring Kenyon Green down the face and
No, that's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Coming in at 27 is Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
With the return. All right. So this I'm a little caught between a rock and a hard place with these two players. I think they could go with either one, but then again, I'm kind of putting a little bit of my bias into it. Maybe not, because they're both from the same school.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the same pick right here. They are excited.
Hopefully I picked the right one. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the player that's probably, I don't know. I think they could go right with either one of these guys. I think they go with Jordan Davis.
BPA, the combine freak.
Defensive tackle out of UGA.
Can we all agree that's a big fall for him?
Yes.
I don't think I actually got a note that I had him going somewhere and it was late in the draft and there's a reason why, but so I think this is about the range he'll go in. I'll just say that.
I'm looking at Baltimore, looking at him all the way up at 14 if there's not an interior offensive lineman still on the board, like a Tyler Linderbaum.
My thing is with him, I think because he's not a every down, he's not a 3-down defensive lineman. So I just think he's a little too high to take him in the top 15. That was my take on it.
That's fair. Kelvin, you ringing in Green Bay tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm back in Green Bay again. And you boys should be excited because there's a party in Green Bay and the fans are really excited because for the second time in history, the Green Bay Packers are going to do the unthinkable here at pick number 28. And they're going to double dip because they have lots of draft capital. And with the 28th pick, I have the Packers selecting Jameson Williams out of Alabama.
I really thought you was about to say taking a quarterback.
No. No. I think they like I said, so reasonings behind that one is the window for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's now or never. That losing two key pieces, and then having a lot of draft capital. Like I said, I feel like they can play with these two picks and try to get two explosive receivers out there in Green Bay.
It makes me feel better because I was really not gonna like putting Jameson Williams on the Chiefs. So now we up in Kansas City. I think they got a glaring need at wide receiver. They replaced Tyrann Mathieu with Eric Reed. They lost their number one corner, Travarius Ward. I did hear some rumors that they were in the market for a top receiver and trying to trade for one. But without having got that done, I think I'm going to take a guy here Maybe one of two that I actually have a first-round grade on left.
Is this my guy?
I think this is your guy, and it rhymes with guy, and it's Sky Moore.
A lot of
seems
like, man, in the first round.
That was the last one that I had left with a first-round grade.
I got one more that I got a first-round grade on. A late first-round grade.
Yeah. We're staying on the clock with Kansas City here.
Yeah, I know.
Back-to-back picks, courtesy of your Miami Dolphins.
Oh, man. All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so you addressed the wide receiver at 29. I think they need to find someone to replace, or at least try to. Who did they just sign? Safety.
Reed.
So he's filling the Honey Badger spot, right?
Yes, sir.
Safety. Right, so the other needs I got are edge, defensive lineman, and apparently running back. But I don't know, man. This is I feel like all I've been doing is reaching, man.
I can tell you right now, the Bengals war room is on pins and needles right now.
I got a lot of pressure on me right now.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one good, and I think it'll turn out right. Why don't someone pick? How about Chris? How about this? Chris, take this number 30 selection so I can do Cincinnati's at 31, and then we'll end up with KP.
All right. Well, in my last mock draft that I did, I had them getting a receiver, which they got in Sky Moore, and I also had them getting an edge rusher to fill in that gap for Melvin Ingram departure and in free agency. And so I'm going to go with the guy that I'm not very high on at edge, which would make me happy to give them this pick, and that's George Karlaftis.
You know, I'm not even going to spoil it, but I was stuck between him and another safety, but because they signed Justin Reed.
I'll tell you right now, before we address this next team, let's make sure we address them properly. This is the AFC champions on the clock, and you should be running this pick in.
I think so.
This is definitely one of the two positions of need.
Who's on the clock right now?
The Cincinnati.
Ryan, we swapped.
Oh.
All right, so the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock at pick number 31. Positions of need: corner, linebacker, and tight end.
And defensive interior.
Yep.
There is a need at defensive interior.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, but okay. I think I
nice 3 technique staring you in the face right now.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got here. I don't want to pick the wrong one.
Brian, do not mess this up. All right. This is the
heir
apparent.
I'm going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to go with Devontae Wyatt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Defensive tackle.
Oh, you would have hated my pick because I didn't have y'all going no defensive line here.
What would you have gone right there? I'm curious to hear because none of the corners that I like are there.
I was going corner there.
Who you have?
Well, I had y'all taking Martin Emerson out of
I wouldn't have been mad at that. I really like him.
That's who I had y'all taking. I think that's y'all biggest concern. I mean, just who y'all got to play in the division, but he's a good man-to-man corner. And I mean, Eli Apple, but I don't hate the pick for Wyatt there either, though.
It would be considered a little bit of a reach with Emerson there, but as far as I'm concerned, that's one of my favorite corners in this draft, and I wouldn't have been mad at it.
So I have the Lions on the clock, and the guy I had them taken is not there. And also the value at this pick I'm really not seeing for them here. So
does somebody trade up into the end of the first round and get a quarterback?
I can see that there. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and make a pick here. But I can see that happening just because of what I have on my first round board and now what is left here for me. But what I'm going to do is who did I have them taking? Okay, they took, okay. So what I'm going to do is, this might be a bit of a reach, but I think that they, this gives them a chance to develop a guy. And I think that he could be the Dak Prescott of this draft. And I'm going to have Detroit taking quarterback out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
Well, that concludes the mock draft 1.0 with KP and Chris.
Yeah,
How y'all think y'all did? How do you think we did as a whole?
I mean, I got two names left here that are kind of borderline first round, second round guy. I think Ridder might have been the only guy that jumped up into the first round that might have, but I agree with Kelvin. You got two picks. You got to take a quarterback there.
I think with all the changes in my board, I think I did pretty well with adjusting on the fly. I had at the back of this draft, I also could have had them taking another guy as well, but like Chris said, I think that with the golf situation, and I think Desmond Ridder would be the perfect quarterback to sit for a year or two and learn what's going on in Detroit. But also, I had other three guys I had a late first round draft grade on was Jahan Dotson out of Penn State, receiver. I can see him jumping up into the late first round. I had Martin Emerson, cornerback, and I also had Kyler Gordon, cornerback.
Yeah, the two I didn't mention their names. I had the offensive tackle from Central Michigan, Bernhard Raymond.
Yeah,
and then the defensive tackle. That's kind of probably a second round guy that could jump into the top of the first round is out of Connecticut, Travis Jones.
That's good.
Like it.
All right. Well, like always, man, it was good to have you guys on here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
That was real fun. All right, you boys.
All right, y'all.
We'll
All
see
right,
you
later.
Until next week.